was about the grind. Yeah, the bubble grind.
Now we have a guy that could probably get in there if you...
It's game day. The Edmonton Oilers hit the road once again.
A very good Friday afternoon to you. Welcome to EST Afternoons, live in the William Huff studio here on the west end of town. No Hernan Salas today, no Joaquin Gage today. Matt Iwanyk, Benny Thompson, in with you on this fine, well, not fine, rainy Friday afternoon here in Edmonton. It is an Elks game day. Edmonton Elks getting set to take on the Toronto Argonauts. 7 o'clock down at Commonwealth Stadium, 6 o'clock Green and Gold kickoff show. Myself and Jay Mill will get you set for that game. Also on the show today, we will talk some Edmonton Elks and Toronto Argonauts. Actually, there's lots to get to throughout the show on this day. Your thoughts always welcome. Nasty chat, 780-218-9999. That is the River Cree inbox. Tap 25 restaurant, $18.99 prime rib special. Again, just $18.99 available 7 days a week from 11:30 to 11 p.m. 11:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. Available for dine-in and takeout, not available on show nights. That's over at River Cree, with the River Cree Resort and Casino, the proud presenting sponsor of the afternoon inbox. We will, on the show today, we're going all over the place. As I said, we will talk some Edmonton Elks, Toronto Argonauts. That's happening tonight. We will talk some National Football League today as Mike Sando of The Athletic, longtime writer with The Athletic. He posted an article up at The Athletic this week, I believe it was, quarterback tier rankings. They ranked all the quarterbacks in the National Football League, but he didn't rank them. It was 50 NFL executives and coaches that were polled to do this ranking. So we'll go over that polling with you at The Athletic. Here's the thing. I know The Athletic has it's a subscription service. And I know some, now look, with The Athletic, there's often like the deals to get it for like really cheap. But if I haven't looked recently, if there are deals, I'm just going to give you a heads up. If you are a member of the city, a citizen of the city of Edmonton, and you have an Edmonton Public Library card, if you go online, you can get a free one-day pass whenever you want for The Athletic. I did that to look at the article today. Log into your log into the Edmonton, the EPL. There's a spot, I think it says read or something. And one of the many things that you get for free with an Edmonton Public Library, it gives you an access to The Athletic. Now it's a free one-day pass, but you could use it every day. So you basically have access to The Athletic. So if you want to go see Mike or read Mike Sando's article, did you know about? Oh, you're St. Albert.
Yeah. No, I
don't know if St. Albert has that one.
We have our own library in St. Albert, so my grandma worked at it for a while. Yeah, no, I don't know if that's the same deal for St. Albert, but maybe there is. I don't know.
So if you ever have something on The Athletic and you're like, it's behind a paywall, heads up. Do you have your public library card? Sign into the Edmonton Public Library website, and boom, there it is. You'll be able to get it. But Mike Sando, he'll join us at 1:20. We're also going to talk some. Well, that's one football. We're going to talk the other football today. I'm talking a lot of football today.
A lot.
We talked about it a little bit on the Hangout with Thomas Mueller coming to the Whitecaps and Taylor English telling the story of him getting to the Vancouver Whitecaps watch party on the Lock Shop, myself and Huss Talk Soccer. Well, today it is the start of the Premier League season, which is the biggest league in the world. Right now it's underway. It is Liverpool and Bournemouth out in Liverpool as the campaign is now underway. Jonathan Tannenwald of the Philadelphia Inquirer, he's going to join us at 2:20 as we're going to preview a little bit of the Premier League season as well. And faces of the franchise. I'm going to need your help as nasties on this one. I filled in for Gage last week with Hernan. So I know the teams that I did, and Benny's been around for a little bit as well, knowing the teams that have been done. But I don't know all the teams that have been done. So I'm just going to put all 32 teams into a randomizer, and I'm going to go until we find one that we all know hasn't been done.
I briefly remember, like, Hernan has a list. I briefly remember it. So I'm pretty sure I'll be able to tell you if they've done one. So we'll see. But yeah, that's been a fun segment for EST Afternoons. I've had a lot of fun with it. It's funny, some of the teams you think will be super easy, and then it gets really hard all of a sudden because you got a debate between one or two guys for the last spot, and then there's other teams where you think it'd be difficult, but it's like, actually, Montreal to me was that one. It's like, I guess it's a debate between like Dryden or like Waugh or something. Like,
I'm actually surprised for when I did it last week, how easy it was to come up with like the first 3.
Yeah.
That were just like, yep, these are no brainers. We're deciding on the 4th one.
Yeah.
I think Tampa was the
weirdly
most
the
difficult
toughest
one that we had last week.
Yeah. Like it still hurts me a little bit to not have Kucherov there or Vasilevsky there. It's kept me up at night.
We crushed it. We got it all right. So let me just tell you that right now.
Trev is pissed.
Yeah, well, Trev doesn't know. I'll say that right now. Trev, if you're listening, you don't know.
There you go. And then the Winnipeg one we had the other day, Haas completely disagreed with.
Okay, what did you guys have for Winnipeg?
We had Howard Chuck, Solani, Thomas Steen,
really,
and Hellebuck. I disagreed with Thomas Steen being there and Hellebuck being there over Scheifele.
And what did Huss go with? Did Huss have any sort of...
Huss had Wheeler, Scheifele, Hellebuck, and Howardchuk.
Wow, he's going really new.
Really new. Because he says that like the past Jets were a struggling team that obviously struggled to keep their team there and all that stuff. It was a bad era for the Winnipeg Jets. This has been the most successful Winnipeg Jets team they've had, and it's brought in whatever. It's been the most successful organization just in general for them. And Scheifele and Hellebuck and Blake Wheeler were the main guys that pumped that team out.
It might be because of my age. I think Solani is a duck. I don't see him as the face of that franchise because I don't remember him with that franchise.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't born for that era.
I know, but it's also one like if we're talking about Jets, but I don't know if I would put him in like if you didn't have this chat today and we actually drew Winnipeg. I don't know when Solani would have come into my mind.
Interesting.
But that might have been because of my age thing where like I probably would have had a lot more of the newer Jets and there would have been.
I found it a little ridiculous to not have Scheifele there or Wheeler. I'm fine with Hellebuck being there. To me, Thomas Steen was. Yeah, I disagreed with that. I didn't think that was the proper pick. I mean, he was a Winnipeg Jet, but he was like I just you can't convince me that he made more of an impact on Winnipeg than Scheifele or Wheeler has.
It's not necessarily an impact. It's who's the face.
The face. I think he played his whole career in Winnipeg, but so has Scheifele and I'm pretty sure he played his whole career in Winnipeg. Let me take a look. Yeah, he's a Winnipeg Jet from 81 to 95.
I wonder who. Oh, did Hernan send me maybe the teams? Hey, he's got me already done. Sweet. Thank you, Hernan.
Look at that.
Thank you for listening. That's good to know now.
Yeah.
He said might be missing one or two, but if we come up with those, we'll be able to mention those. But we've got a little bit of a list, and we're not touching the Edmonton Oilers. Don't worry, Hernan. We won't touch the Edmonton Oilers.
Good.
That's for them. That's for
him. That's
the
finale.
Gager.
Yeah.
That's for him and Gager. They can handle that one and how they want. I don't want to actually. Honestly, I don't even want to be part of that.
Because someone's gonna be pissed off.
That's exactly it.
Someone's gonna be pissed off.
Going to be so much anger. Of the debate. I don't want to be part of that one. I want to be far. I'm leaving the building that day. I don't even want to be in the office next door while that's happening.
I did a test picture on ChatGPT to make sure it did the Mount Rushmore properly, and I put my Oilers Mount Rushmore, and it worked. So
Trev did one.
Yeah.
Did he show you his? That he got done?
No.
It was awful.
Really?
It was horrendous.
What did he type in?
I forgot to show it. And he typed in what you would do.
Really?
And then the picture they gave him was just
brutal.
Now, it wasn't, they still had, I don't know if it's Thomas Jefferson. I don't know which one was left on yours from yesterday when they didn't want to add.
They didn't want to add Pekka Rinne's face.
Yeah. So they gave you, they just kept with it.
Yeah.
But it didn't look like them at all. It was awful.
Yeah. There's one guy that I had, I think it was, they didn't put Drew Doughty on the LA one, I think that we did. Yeah, I don't know. It's a little fluky. It's cool that you can do that, like especially like a split second kind of like that, but it's like, they're lacking some. But they need some touch-ups.
You could refine the list, or you can refine that. You could try to with them. It didn't work when you asked for yesterday.
No.
They just really hate Pekka Rinne.
I guess.
I don't know. I don't know if Pecorine. I got into a fight with ChatGPT once. I don't know if Pecorine did too.
Yeah.
I don't know what he did to get this slight from ChatGPT. Also today is a big day for Edmonton Sports Talk. The voice you see or hear, you don't see a voice. The voice you hear, that's not mine. And the person you see on the right of your YouTube screen, that's Benny.
What's up?
You may have remembered him from the last 4 months.
Yeah.
Today's practicum ends.
Yeah.
This is it. This is the final cup. Well, you got a little bit of work to do afterwards, but this is kind of the last few hours of your practicum with Edmonton Sports Talk.
Yeah. I was wrestling with like saying that like I'm a graduate after
we still got to pass.
I still have to pass.
You still have to pass. You still got to get that.
I'm currently working on an assignment as we're going through this the show today. I was up till 2:30 in the morning last night trying to write up this 2,500 word assignment to hand in to make sure I pass. But as long as I get that handed in, I'll be a graduate and have a diploma in radio from Nate. So that'll be pretty cool. It's I don't know. Time flew, especially with this practicum, but even just starting the program itself.
Yours flew.
Yeah.
Your practicum flew.
Yeah. Like it was. Yeah. It just feels like I started like 2 weeks ago. It feels like. But a lot has happened. A lot has gone down in this 4 months. I've even though I'm struggling to get 2,500 words down on a paper, I've had a lot to talk about. A lot has happened. A lot of obviously moving, golf classic, the nasty bash. We got Estes coming up. We got
Oilers playoff run.
Like I got to be in the office for a deep playoff run. Like everything, the whole deal. Like it was a lot. It was a jam-packed 4 months, and I'm happy I got to do it at this time slot.
Now, whenever he has to do work for us, we have to pay him. Shucks. He's in for the golf show, for anyone wondering, on Sunday, 8 o'clock, Murray and Curtis talk. And then next week, you're in for Trev.
Yeah.
So we can't get rid of him just yet.
Nope. Can't get rid of me yet.
Can't get rid of him just yet. So Benny will still be around at least for another week when it comes to Edmonton Sports Talk. So, but his practicum does end today. Your favorite Benny moments? 780-218-9999. Jump in the nasty chat. What were your favorite moments of Benny's practicum?
I think some of them have to be, I'm a guest. I think some of them have to be recently because on the Reed Wilkins show, I don't know if you've heard, at the end of my sports updates, I've been taking in viewers' requests on how I should end the sports update. And I've had a ton of fun with screwing around with that, and it's made sports updates a lot more fun for me. So I
enjoyed you teaching us the slang of the youth on that hangout.
Yeah, that was my breakout show at the Sports Talk, teaching brain rot. So it was you, Tom, and
was Jolene there?
It was Jolene.
Jolene was there the first time we were doing it.
Yeah, that was the show.
Because Jolene said that there was a teacher out there that had like a list of like, you can't say these words anymore. And we're going through them like, I have no idea what this one is. I have no clue what most of these are. And you crushed them. You explained them to all of us. Yeah. We tried using them. Jay's favorite Benny moment is finding out your middle name's Archer.
Yeah. They love that. I don't mind my middle name. I like it too. Ree was suggesting I should go just Benny Archer now instead of Ben Thompson or whatever. Like if I want a
radio name.
If I want a radio name, Ben Archer. I don't mind if I ever decide to go like with an on-air name. That's probably it.
People did like the blind rankings.
Yeah,
blind rankings have been going on for a while.
And there's another one going
Hello
on.
Hockey.
Yeah, it's been going on the Reed Wilkins show today too.
Oh, you're back on the Reed Wilkins show.
Yep, I'll be doing the Reed Wilkins show.
We're really milking your practicum then right till the end.
Right till the end.
Oh yeah, because you've got the full. I missed it. You still have the 3-hour show after this.
Yes.
I'm thinking about I'm off the show after this. No, you've still got a little bit of time.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll be doing. It's a very fun topic, and I'm pretty willing to bet that I'm gonna win this blind ranking against the boys later today. You guys, it's fun. After this, keep autoplay on for the Reed Wilkins show. I think it's pretty early in the show. We'll have some fun with Benny's blind rankings. So it'll be a lot of fun. And the list I have curated is pretty damn good.
Lots still to come, including Green and Gold kickoff show, 6 o'clock. Elks taking on the Argos. Jay and I obviously will have a lot to discuss when it comes to this Elks game at 6 o'clock. I talked about it with a bit Huss, but I don't know, Benny. I'll just throw to your thoughts initially before I take off a little bit on the Elks here. what you're thinking about tonight.
Yeah, this is it's a big game for both squads. Like, you're sitting back from BC trying to catch them for a playoff spot, and Toronto's in the same situation with Ottawa right there, right? So they're it's a big game for both teams that have both struggled this year. I think both offenses have shown flashes, and it's gonna be a big deal for Edmonton to see if they can slow down Toronto. Royce Metchie, I hope, helps that. He's making his return to the lineup after being hurt. So it's a big one. The weather's not great tonight, so it could be a little bit of a weird game for both teams here. But home field advantage should help with Edmonton tonight. So yeah, I don't know. I hope Elks get a 2-game win streak going here. Maybe rallying them more later on. Hernan thinks so. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Well, this team should, realistic. If you want to be a playoff team, especially, they've got to be on a 3-game win streak heading into Calgary. It's just that simple. Yeah. They are the favorites, -3 against the Argos today. I think I've seen the Bootski. He's been saying a little bit this weekend. I'm with him. I'm still a little cautious with this team.
Yeah.
Just because I've seen it over the last number of years.
Get your hopes up a little bit.
You get your hopes up. You start feeling good about a team.
Yeah.
This team, and then it all falls apart. Or I shouldn't say all falls apart, but the next game it's just like, back to the same old. And if this team is ready for that next phase of their evolution, if you want to see true signs to be excited about, this is it. This is a game where you have to go win. Like, I could go back to a number of years ago, maybe 4 years ago, 3 years ago. Taylor Cornelius and the Elks went to Ottawa and got a victory.
Yeah,
and it was a solid victory. Taylor Cornelius was running. He was mobile. They beat Ottawa quite handily. And I remember I was back at 1260 because I remember this quite well. I remember talking about how, the Elks hadn't won at home for a little bit, but it's like, this is going to end it.
Yeah.
Same game plan. You're beating Ottawa. You come out, you've got the victory. You're feeling good. And you did it last week against this very team. Now you're actually coming home. Do the same thing. And they did the opposite. Literally.
Yeah.
Instead of running with Cornelius, he was a pocket quarterback, and they struggled and they got down big early. The Elks made a little bit of a comeback, but they lost. And it was like, why didn't you do what worked last week? Like it's those things that you see. Now, different players. Cody Fajardo's not Taylor Cornelius. Cody Fajardo's not Trey Ford. Jordan McSimic is not Steve McAdoo. But it's still those scars of the past are there.
Yeah.
And I'm worried that tonight, like Jay asked me, he said -2.5 for the Elks. I was like, I'm not confident in this team. But the way I broke it down to him was, I think if the Elks win this, I said, they're winning by more than 5. Like, they're winning by a touchdown or more.
Yeah.
But I'm just worried they're gonna drop the ball and lose this one.
Yeah.
The Elks want to take that next step in their evolution. Tonight's a game they have to go win. It's just 100%. That simple.
100%.
And I don't want a close, to me, I really actually do want to see a little bit of a convincing one. It doesn't have to be by 15 points or something like that, but one where we're sitting there for the most of the game, like, the Elks had this all night.
Would you accept a game the win they had against Ottawa, where they came out in the first half, they stormed out and got all those points, and then Ottawa kind of made it close in that dead time in the other game? But
I'll accept that. I'll be disappointed that they would have allowed a comeback again.
Yeah,
but I'll accept that.
Okay.
But I'll even accept if this game's always within one score.
Yeah.
I could accept that if the whole time I'm just sitting there going the Elks had this. The Elks were in control. We shall see if they can go get that done. 7:00 down at Commonwealth Stadium. Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. Before I send this to break and we come back with Faces of the Franchise, I do want to look at the forecast right now. Environment Canada says 60% chance of showers up until 6:00. So it should possible chance of rain for the next couple of hours. 6:00 it drops.
Hopefully clears up by game time.
That means the game's at 7. You're not going to have the rain there. So lots of time to go get your tickets. GoElks.com to buy your tickets. Also, a reminder, Labor Day bus. I'm actually still working on a little bit of plans for the Green and Gold kickoff show when it comes to that one. But if you want to join us down to Calgary for Labor Day, which should be a really fun, especially if the Elks win these next two. Huge game on Labor Day Monday. EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Click on Labor Day bus. Use promo code EST Labor Day, 125 plus GST. You could join a bunch of us nasties and members of Edmonton Sports Talk as we'll drive down to Calgary and come back to cheer on the Edmonton Elks on Labor Day. When we come back, Faces of the Franchise on EST Afternoons. I'm Matt Iwanyk in for Hernan and Gage alongside Benny. Here's Benny with your sports update.
the Elks versus Argonauts going down at Commonwealth Stadium tonight with Dustin Nielsen on the call. Royce Metchie is back from his injury to help out this defense with the game starting at 7 o'clock. Catch the Green and Gold kickoff show with Matt Iwanyk and Jay Milne to get you ready for the action. That starts at 6 only on Edmonton Sports Talk. To baseball, the Blue Jays crack open a 3-game series against the Rangers. The Jays continue to sit atop of the AL East with the Red Sox sitting 5 games back. Chris Bassett gets the mound for Toronto. Jacob deGrom for Texas. First pitch, 5:07. And on the ice, Travis Hamonic signs a 1-year deal with the Red Wings. Hamonic played 59 games for the Senators last season, posting 7 points. The sports update is brought to you by the Edmonton Elks. Catch some double E action with tickets starting at just $20. Their next home game is tonight against the Toronto Argonauts at 7 o'clock. Get your tickets now at goelks.com. Face of the franchise with myself and Matt Iwanyk on the other side of the break. I'm Ben Thompson, and you're up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
To take a look at the Falcons from 92-9, the game. Carl Dukes.
Pitts knows the criticism he's received about not living up to being the 4th overall pick in the draft. They picked up his 5th-year option, but this is in essence a contract year. Last year, we came into the season, I said, Pitts is the difference maker. I need you to step up. And he didn't. And coming into this year, I've said the difference in Pitts is that I think Michael Penix, they have a connection.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings, 6 to 9. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
Goodbye. You sure are going to miss them, but their room would make a great yoga studio. Store their childhood treasures safely with Sentinel Storage and find some space for you. Try 4 weeks free. SentinelStorage.ca.
The Canadian Brewhouse is turning up the flavor this summer with our new summer feature menu. Try our jerk chicken skewers, Cajun shrimp tostadas, and street corn salsa. Bold bites made for patio season. Get them while it's hot. The Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
Summer in Edmonton means 3 things: warm weather, long nights, and plenty of sports. From the lake to the links, you can boost your summer fun with hundreds of casino games, live betting on your favorite sports teams, and access to popular lotteries. All in one app, anywhere in the province. Download the Play Alberta app today and deposit $20 or more with promo code YEG50 to claim a $50 free bet. That's promo code YEG50 for a $50 free bet on us. Redeemable once per Play Alberta account. Remember, if you gamble, please use your game sense.
Live from the William Huff studio. This is EST Afternoons. Matt Iwanyk in for Hernan, Salas, Joaquin, Gage alongside Benny. Coming up 3 o'clock, it is the Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne. As I said, the William Huff studio since 1952. William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service combined with decades of industry experience and desire to make every job the very best it can be is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website, WilliamHuff.com. Give them a shout, 780-454-4536. They would have been busy. I wonder if they're busy. I don't think they have much to do today. Like yesterday and the days in advance, they're always going to be busy.
Jay was saying they were really busy yesterday. They were doing center field at the Remax.
Well, they have to put up a whole bunch there. Like they have to do all that setup for the game tonight. I just don't know if things ever carry over into the next day or not. But yeah, things will be very busy for Bruce and the team right now as they make Commonwealth Stadium look great. They make Rogers Place look great. They attempt to make McMahon Stadium look great. It does look great with their stuff. McMahon Stadium, still not great. And they do great stuff with the Saddle Dome. And there's a reason that they're all doing stuff at the Grey Cup. So William Huff, Bruce Simpson and his team, they do amazing, amazing work. We got to get to face of the franchise.
Do it.
Hernan Salas has given me the list of people that have been used. I just put all 32 teams, so I'm just going to do a randomizer. And then we'll see if they match up. We'll match them up to this list. Reminder, coming up at 1:40, we got Mike Sando of The Athletic. He will join us to talk some NFL. in QB rankings. And then Jonathan Tannenwald from the Philadelphia Inquirer, he's going to join us at 2:20 to preview the Premier League season. Randomize. What is happening here? Okay, I don't like what I did here. I'm going on a different site. Random pick generator.
There's a TikTok filter. You want me to go grab that?
No, well, there's, yeah, sure. I'll put them all into a wheel. I just got to get rid of all these. Oh, no, spaces are gone. Okay, let's spin this wheel. Let's see. I've got the Seattle Kraken.
Ooh, we haven't. Yeah, that's
Seattle has not been done.
That's a cool one. Okay,
let's get to the Seattle Kraken, faces of the franchise.
Okay,
who stands out immediately?
Jordan Eberle.
I was about to say Eberle's one that just stands out.
First ever captain in Seattle franchise history. That's a guy that stands out to me right away.
Stuck around.
Yep.
Like, there was a lot of talk a few years ago about maybe the Oilers should go get him at the deadline. Instead, he locked into one deal, stuck it around. He's staying with the Seattle Kraken.
I would say, like, Jared McCann is probably their best forward.
He's their leading all-time points and goal scorer.
Then you got to put him there.
This is an interesting one because there's one more name I'll throw in there. He's their second leading points getter. He's also has the most assists. He's a defenseman.
Vince Dunn. Yeah.
I feel like after this, there's a huge drop off.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry. Trev has it. Gio was their first captain. That's right. They did name Giordano as their captain when he was there.
Like, where do you go after this? You've got Jaden Schwartz you can go with.
Schwartz is possible. I mean, it'd be funny if we had like Grubauer, who was their big free agent signing that summer, who then that was not a good signing.
The other one like you could go with is Adam Larson.
Yeah. That came to my mind too. Cause he basically picked Seattle to go to. Like it was a situation where he was a UFA at the end of the year with the Oilers. And he told Edmonton, I'm not signing with you guys. And Seattle was probably asked him, like, okay, like, if we were to pick you, are you going to sign here? He was willing to sign with Seattle. And he's been there and he's a steady. I talked about him, I think it was 2 days ago, how we were talking about most underappreciated Oilers of all time. And in my generation, I said it was Adam Larson, because ever since he's left, it feels like the Oilers have been trying to replace him and they can't. And he's been great in Seattle as a steady top 4 right shutdown defenseman. And so maybe he's not maybe he's not a great face of the franchise, but he's been just a solid Seattle Kraken.
You've got Matty Beniers.
Oh yeah.
Who did win the Calder. Big Uke has Ebbs, Larson, Dunn, and Schwartz. Aidan O'Neill brought up Beniers. Trev says Giordano, Eberle, so the two captains.
Okay.
Grubauer and Matty Beniers.
Interesting. He does have Grubauer in there. Yeah.
Doesn't even have McCann. He doesn't have McCann.
That's
Big Uke doesn't have McCann.
That's like, I mean,
Jade has Larson, Eberle, McCann. He's got one more he could put in there. It's interesting that like,
I think we have a good 3.
You want to know what's funny though? This is one where I feel like Eberle's the only like feel really good.
Yeah,
like everyone's gonna have Eberle on their list.
Yes.
And everyone that so far has come in Eberle. As I said, like some don't have McCann. I do like McCann for sure. I don't know about Vince Dunn.
Yeah, like I mean he's been there since the start, no? Or was that like a future?
Dunn has been a Kraken since 21-22.
Because he was...
Which was the first season there.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, because he was with the Blues. Won a Stanley Cup with the Blues. Yeah, I mean, he's been there since the start. He's turned into a very, very solid defenseman for them. If it wasn't for injuries, he looks to get 45, 50 points every year. No problem. Solid in his own end. Like he's a good one. But I don't know, like
I'm just going to throw out there Everett Fitzhugh, the radio voice of them. I'm just throwing that one out there, and I just want him as an honorable mention. Because he's a big Oiler fan, actually. Grew up as an Oiler fan from the Detroit area. And I was a big fan of TSN 1260.
Wow.
So I remember booking him once he got that job, and he, in the email to me, he's like, this is kind of like a cool moment for me because I'm talking to you guys. And I was like, what? We're just from 1260. He's like, I grew up listening. Like, I've been listening to you guys for a long time.
Wow.
So I'm just going to throw out there Everett Fitzhugh as an honorable mention for this one. I'm with you, Benny, right now. I think Eberle, McCann, Dunn. I'll lock those three in. I'm good with those.
Yeah.
So Schwartz,
after
Matty Beniers.
Schwartz, Matty Beniers, Larson. I think those are the three.
Do we have anyone else that?
I like Big Uke's suggestion. Ville Ottavainen. Only point per game player in franchise history.
Grubauer is the other one.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we gotta eliminate three. Schwartz, Beniers, Larson, Grubauer. Who's the weakest link? When you think, because again, this is faces of the franchise. When you are thinking Seattle Kraken, who comes to mind when it comes to those? I'm down to. I'll say Grubauer's out first.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, we're taking Grubauer out.
100%. I was gonna say that's more of a funny one.
Is there Oilers Edmonton recency bias because of Adam Larson?
It's a possibility for sure. But
if we were having this conversation in any other market, would we be saying Adam Larson?
Yeah, he doesn't like scream a face of a franchise. Good looking dude, but I just don't see his name. I just don't see his face on Mount Rushmore.
I honestly, as I'm saying that, I think if we were out in Montreal having this discussion, I don't know if Adam Larson comes to mind. Immediately, like when we're talking about this conversation, I think he comes up there.
I'm down to eliminate him. I'm down to.
Adam Larson's gone. Jaden Schwartz, Matty Beniers.
Jaden Schwartz is that veteran guy that came in. He's been just steady for Seattle. For some reason, I think of Schwartz and Kraken just like meshing well. But also Matty Beniers, their first big pick. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the only person in Seattle Kraken's franchise history to win an award.
Yes, he's got the Calder.
I think that's the only. I don't think their coach got anything or their GM or anything.
He's the only league award.
The only league award
that they have. He was also their first ever pick in a draft. Or an NHL draft. They obviously had the picks from the expansion draft.
Reed thinks Larson's a no-brainer.
How many? There's a lot of people that don't have him on their lists above.
I think it's great, but
I think face of the we're not talking about great. Like face of the franchise. I don't know if he has that standing power across hockey where people would put him ahead if you were talking about the faces of the Seattle Kraken.
I just figured out a way to measure this a little bit, like jersey sales. I think it's such a
sure
that I think that's a pretty good correlation. Like faces of a franchise, it's based off their jersey sales.
Here's the other thing about Matty Beniers' first ever pick, only league award winner.
Yeah,
Jaden Schwartz was a prized free agent signing.
Yes, yep.
In that first free agency that they had,
didn't he score the first goal for Seattle or something too? I don't know. That's a weird fact, but who scored the first goal in Seattle Kraken history?
Ryan Donato.
That's right.
We're not putting Ryan Donato on this list.
That. Yeah.
Trev, Kraken fans don't even know who Larson is.
Okay.
Okay, there's only two of us here. There's not a third person. I'm circling who I'm going with.
Okay.
Okay.
I think I agree with you here.
Can I put an arrow by it? Who are you going with?
I'm going Matty Beniers.
I have Matty Beniers.
Yeah.
We're locking that in. I'm going with that as the face of the franchise.
Do you want me to do ChatGPT or
is it up for you?
I have it, yep.
I'll let you do it. So it's Jordan Eberle,
okay,
who's the second captain in franchise history. Jared McCann, who's the leading goal scorer in franchise history and points getter. Vince Dunn, who's second best in points, most assists. And Matty Beniers.
Jordan Eberle, Matty Beniers, Vince Dunn, and Jared McCann.
There's an Oiler one that Big Uke and above Trev have put together. Devin Shore, Kyler Yamamoto, Adam Larson, and Jordan Eberle.
Where's Justin Schultz?
You want to know something? If this was strictly Edmonton, that might be the faces of the Seattle Kraken franchise because you remember those teams. I don't remember Devin Shore there.
Yeah, he was there briefly. He was more of an AHL guy.
I would take him out for Justin Schultz.
Yeah.
There's your faces of the franchise of the Seattle Kraken from an Edmonton perspective.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I like, well, I think we're, like, I do feel really, honestly, the one I'm now actually questioning more than any of them is Vince Dunn.
Yeah.
Jared McCann, I feel good about. Jordan, I believe, feel good about. Matty Beniers, I feel good about. I'm happy with Vince Dunn. I would put in Jaden Schwartz. Larson, I think, if we're in a different market, I don't know if they would we'd be talking about him.
Yeah, I agree. I think we have a little bit of an Edmonton bias when it comes to Larson in Seattle. He sticks out more to us.
And look, not to take away how good he's been.
Oh yeah, of course.
He's been great for them, and he'd be a guy that the Oilers would love to get back type thing.
Yep.
I just don't know if he has that standing power for. I wish we could find out jersey sales and things like that.
Yeah. Because I'd imagine like Jared McCann and Matty Beniers are pretty high for jersey sales for them.
Yeah, you go into Climate Pledge Arena.
Yeah, I'd imagine there's a good amount there.
Done over Gio was crazy. Says
Gio played one season. That's my thing. Gio played one season for them. No, or was it even a full season? Didn't he get traded?
He played 55 games and he went to the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah, he got traded the deadline.
How is a guy who played 55 games the face of a franchise, Trev? In what way is that face of the franchise, Trev? Anyone know the one player in Kraken history from St. Albert? Says yeah, the St. Albert resident on the show should know this.
It is Mahura, I think. Mahura. Josh Mahura? Yes, Josh Mahura.
It doesn't matter about first captain in history above average. Trev, I don't know why I keep going up. That's not the face of your franchise. That's long ago. The Kraken have been around long enough. Is it working? Is it just spinning for you?
Yeah, it currently is right now.
Yeah, sometimes that could take a while.
I got it. Just got it.
Okay, then we'll give it a little bit because then we got to go.
Oh my God. All of these picks, like.
Good or bad?
This looks so bad.
Sweet.
This looks so bad. Okay, let's look at this. They couldn't even put their names. Like usually they have the names under the.
I don't like having the names on there.
Yeah, I know. I agree. It's like makes it more gimmicky, but they.
Yeah, it's not what I want. Cole Harbour Jar also said Shane Wright. I would take Shane Wright more than Mark Giordano.
Yeah, I agree. Yep.
Straight up, Trev. I would have what Cole Harbour Joe said. Shane Wright ahead of Mark Giordano.
Yeah. I'd be willing to bet that Shane Wright has more jerseys sold than Mark Giordano.
You know what we'll do? We'll head to a break. We'll get to Mike, and then we'll show the faces of the franchise after Mike. How's that sound?
I like it.
Okay, so right away here, we're going to send it to a Benny Sports Update. He'll update you what's going on in sports. We'll have a very short time out. Then on the other side, Mike Sando of The Athletic. He's going to stop by. We're going to talk QB rankings in the National Football League as voted on by executives of the National Football League. That's coming up here on Edmonton Sports Talk. This is EST Afternoons. Matt Iwanyk in for Hernan and Gage on this Friday. Here's Benny with a sports update.
It's the Elks and Argonauts squaring off at Commonwealth Stadium tonight with Dustin Nielsen on the call. Royce Metchie returns from injury to bolster the defense. Kickoff is at 7, but don't miss the Green and Gold Kickoff Show with Matt Iwanyk and Jay Milne starting at 6, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. To the Diamond, the Blue Jays open a 3-game set with the Rangers. Toronto sits atop of the AL East with Boston trailing by 5 games. Chris Bassett takes them out for the Jays. Jacob deGrom for Texas first pitch at 5:07. And on the ice, Travis Hamonic has signed a 1-year deal with the Red Wings. The veteran blue liner suited up for 59 games with the Senators last season, collecting 7 points. Sports Update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and surrounding areas since '93. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc. Mike Sando on the other side of the break. I'm Ben Thompson, and you're up to date.
The EST Hangout.
I do have concerns with Dan Campbell. I love his riverboat gambling style of coaching in a way. One of these years, it's going to cost him.
Would Dan Campbell have ran the ball with Marshawn Lynch on the 1 yard line in the Super Bowl that year?
I don't know, because there's a great article in the Washington Post, though, that says Bill Belichick baited Pete Carroll to do that. It was actually a brilliant coaching move by Bill Belichick that forced Pete Carroll to throw that football.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Get ready for royalty with Elvis Presley and Elton John tributes at River Cree Resort and Casino. All Shook Up pays tribute to the 3 eras of Elvis in one magical show on August 17th. And catch Elton Ron, a tribute to Elton John, live on August 29th. Elton Ron will give you a taste of the Rocket Man in Canada. Get your tickets for both shows at rivercreeresort.com.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
Return here on EST Afternoons. Matt Iwanyk for Hernan, Salas, Joaquin, Gage alongside Benny on his final day of practicum. We will show the face of the franchise in a little bit. But first, we need to talk some National Football League. The 2025 QB tier rankings were released on The Athletic. It's a survey of 50 NFL coaches and executives ranking the quarterbacks of the National Football League as we're getting set for that season in just a couple of weeks. And joining us right now, senior NFL writer with The Athletic, it is Mike Sando joining us. Mike, greatly appreciate the time. Great stuff when it comes to this QB rankings. I'll just start with what stood out most to you with this year's rankings?
We might have lost Mike.
Looks like he's frozen.
He's frozen. Yeah, here, we'll throw back here in a sec.
That's okay. We'll get Mike shortly here. I can't answer his question that I asked him there. It's actually a very fascinating ranking. I will say that. The thing that surprised me to start, it will be coming up in my second question in a way. The rankings, there's a tie at the top. And I'll just throw this out there while Benny's trying to reconnect with Mike there. Tied at the very top. I think you could guess who one of the two is. But are you willing to guess who the other one is? I was a little like it makes sense when you hear the name and when you think about it, but it's also one where for me, I was like, okay, ahead of some of these other people. That's the thing. And I'm just see if anyone is going to try to guess this. Benny, if you had to guess who the number tied for one best quarterback in this tier.
Tied for one.
Josh
Allen.
Yeah, it's not Josh Allen.
Lamar?
It's not Lamar.
Joe?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's where I was surprised. But like, I think most people would immediately go Josh Allen, Lamar. They go 3-4. Allen, Lamar go 3-4 in this. But it's one of those, I was like, Joe Burrow's a fantastic quarterback, and he is one of those top elite quarterbacks. But I feel like maybe sometimes the should I say, I don't want to say lack of success of the Bengals, but the Bengals are, well, one, there's been injuries a little bit at times with Joe Burrow, but there's been slow starts, if you will, to the Bengals or stumbles. And then they haven't, he's gone to a Super Bowl, but how long ago was that he got to a Super Bowl? It's about 4 years now. I feel like if we're all just going to guess of who it's going to be right off the bat, I think Josh Allen, I think most people would go with.
Yep.
And if you're not saying Josh Allen, it would be Lamar Jackson. So Mahomes, Burrows tied for 1, Allen, Jackson 4, and Matt Stafford is 5. That round out the top tier of all these quarterbacks. The very last tier was one player. It's Raven defines tier 5 as a tier 5 quarterback is best suited as a backup, and it's Kenny Pickett of the Cleveland Browns. Overall, they rank 34 quarterbacks, so there's 32 starters. I don't know what teams have doubles. The Colts have 2, and the Browns have 2. And the Falcons have 2. Wait, the math doesn't add up.
I believe we have Mike.
Sweet. There he is. Mike Sando, a senior NFL writer with The Athletic, joins us to talk about the QB rankings. Mike, appreciate the time. Sorry about that little hiccup there. Just wanted to start out with what stood out to you most about this year's rankings?
So I think Lamar Jackson finally getting into tier 1. I think that was a long time coming, and so good for him. Matthew Stafford sort of eked into tier 1. Maybe that looks a little sketchy now with him being hurt. I thought Jared Goff might fall with Ben Johnson leaving the staff of the Lions to become the Bears head coach. That did not happen. And then I think the conversation around the 2024 draft class, which featured Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, Drake May, Caleb Williams, Michael Penix, and J.J. McCarthy, was interesting because Jaden Daniels, of course, was very high in this, the top guy in tier 2, number 6 overall, but the first pick of that draft was Caleb Williams, and most of the conversation around him was pretty negative, questioning his ability to kind of process the game fast enough. So Bears fans are excited to have Ben Johnson there with their highly drafted quarterback, but the rest of the league has some questions.
Okay, so this process, it's a survey of 50 NFL coaches and executives. How does this go? Do you talk with all of them? Do you just send them like a link to SurveyMonkey or something like that? Well, take us through the process of getting these QB rankings and tiers done.
No, yeah. So once the draft is over, then we kind of know the quarterback landscape, who's going to be where, and who's going to probably be starting. So I'll put together a list of all the veteran quarterbacks, and some teams will have 2 if there's a chance one of those guys could wind up as a starter either there or somewhere else. Rookies are excluded, so it'll oftentimes be 30 guys or 33 guys. And so we go from there, and then I will call. I know enough people in the league. I've been covering the league 28 years. This is my 12th year doing this survey, so it's not that hard for me to get 50 people. Some of them will be on the phone, some of them will be in person. Some of them might email me a ballot that I might send them a file, and they'll email it to me, and then I'll call them later, and just say, hey, questions on these 5 guys, something like that. I could do that. Or some people I'll go through every single quarterback on the phone with, or in person, and we'll have a conversation with most of them, that sort of a thing. And in the end, this year I had 6 general managers, 6 assistant GMs. I think I had 6 former GMs that are working in other roles. There were 8 head coaches. There are 15 coordinators, a pretty good group, a pretty good cross-section of decision makers and people who've seen these guys play. And they don't all agree with each other, right? I mean, in the end, we take all of their ballots, put them together, and come up with kind of an average. And the tiers are, defined, tier 1 being the best, tier 5 being the worst. And there's some details of each one of those categories, but I think most people can just follow that 1 is better than 2, which is better than 3.
That's pretty simple. That part of it. I will say, I think at times when you poll people, if you were going, okay, who are the best quarterbacks in the National Football League, say 2. It'd be Pat Mahomes, and then there'd be maybe the last 2 MVPs of Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. Well, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, they fall 3-4 in this, and there's a tie at the top with Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes. What were the conversations that you had and heard around Joe Burrow, and that also led to him maybe just eking out over Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson?
So Mahomes is obviously a unanimous tier 1 just because of his, he's got him in the championship game every year, Super Bowl every year. He can have a down stat year and no one's questioning whether he's kind of at what Tom Brady was like, for a while there. From there, I believe that the reason that Burrow was a unanimous tier 1, and I think there was 3 votes in tier 2 for Josh Allen and 4 for Lamar Jackson, is because I think there are some coaches who really do prioritize who are the best, just pure passers. That passing is really what wins ultimately in the NFL. And so Joe Burrow is seen as probably he may be the best passer in the league, or, and so I think that's probably why it came out that way, but it's so close. I mean, a lot of people want to say, make a big deal of it, but it really just could be who was in the survey this year. I do 50 guys last year. It's not the same 50 this year. There could be 20 new guys or whatever. So, you're going to get a lot of different opinions, and some people will be an outlier, right? Whenever you have a group of 50. And so I don't read too much into the 3 people had Josh Allen in tier 3. Maybe they thought that Josh Allen has some inconsistencies. He had a game or two where he was 9 of 30 passing, right? That sort of a thing.
You said you've covered this league for, almost 3 decades here. Was there anything on this list that you looked at and you went from, just as a football perspective of your mind, that you went, I disagree with this one?
Certainly some individual votes. I think the general way that it came out, I'm fine with. Okay. I'm trying to just looking through this, if there's somebody I would move up. Stafford, I'd probably have the top of tier 2, especially now that we know about his back injury. But that's just a small thing. I've always thought Geno Smith could be a tiny bit higher, maybe, than he is. He's in tier 3 behind Kyler Murray, Rodgers, who's in a weird place, Tua Tagovailoa, and Trevor Lawrence. So, but I think the overall, the way it all came out, averaging out, I'm good with. Just wouldn't agree with every single vote, obviously, because there's some outliers that I just don't agree with.
Interesting one for the Falcons. Penix Jr. is in tier 4. Kirk Cousins, he's in tier 3. What do you make of what's going on out in Atlanta? Both those guys are back, but it's Penix's team. Yet when you take the average across the board, Penix is slightly lower.
This is a weird one. So Penix is slightly lower, but I think people feel better about him. And you go, well, wait a minute, why is he lower? Here's why. Because when we do these tiers, okay, tier 1 is, carries your team every week, doesn't really have a hole in his game. Tier 2 is kind of a, less consistent version of that. Tier 3 is a legitimate starter, maybe needs more defense and run game to win. Tier 4 is 2 different things. Tier 4 can be like Joe Flacco. Hey, this guy's been around forever. We know exactly what he is. I don't necessarily think he should start for the whole year. Or it can be like J.J. McCarthy. Not enough information, need to see more. So Kirk Cousins got 24 tier 4 votes. That's 24 people saying, I don't think he's a starter. Michael Penix got 39 tier 4 votes. That's 39 people saying, hey, I just need to see more. 3 starts isn't enough. So that's how Penix can be a little bit lower, even though I think people would rather have Penix right now, for the future.
Absolutely. And then last one, we're with Mike Sando, a senior writer with The Athletic for the NFL. Okay, tier 2 is Jaden Daniels, Justin Herbert, Jared Goff, CJ Stroud, Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield, Dak Prescott, Jordan Love, Brock Purdy. Mm-hmm. Of that group, who do you think is most primed to potentially, when you do this survey next year, be in tier 1?
You got to give Jaden Daniels a chance, even though sometimes they come back to earth in the second year. I think that Herbert always has the ability to, but the scheme there could make it, and what they've got around him could make it tough. I don't think Goff will because of losing the coordinator. I think Stroud has a chance. He was trending there last year. I don't think Hurts does, just because of the team around him. I don't think Baker will get up that high. Dak, no. Jordan Love, outside chance. This year's going to be big for him. And then Brock Purdy, I say no, because I think people will not see him being, physically gifted enough, even though he's an excellent quarterback in that system.
Mike, really appreciate the stuff. Thank you for joining us today. These are always fun rankings to see, and it's a fascinating talking point. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy the start of the NFL season in just a few weeks.
Thank you. Loved it. Appreciate it.
There's Mike Sando, NFL senior writer with The Athletic. Just go to The Athletic, and it's a full ranking system of the quarterbacks. It's part of a ranking and tier system that they do have, which will also have some other rankings that they have across the board. They have one for college football teams right now. That's up there. NBA player tiers. Ooh, where's the NBA player tiers?
See where your Lakers line up?
Well, so tier, what is this? I'm doing this on the fly. There's tier 1D, which is Anthony Edwards, Victor Wembanyama.
Oh.
1C is Steph, Kevin Durant, and LeBron.
And then
1B is Luka and Jason Tatum.
And then 1A is like Giannis. Jokic. Did you say?
And Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Interesting.
The Canadian in that top tier.
Yeah, there you go.
That. Go Canada, baby. I have Joe Burrow in my fantasy, so I'm glad he's right up there. It's just one that you think of. I guess maybe you think more of the playoffs, and we've seen Josh Allen go up against Pat Mahomes. We've seen Lamar go up against Josh Allen, and I guess it's easy to forget Joe Burrow there.
I finished quarterback recently.
Yeah.
And I've become an even bigger fan of Joe Burrow. And I just feel so bad for what he's got to deal with his defense. He has all the talent in the world on offense. Him and Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, they're such a dynamic offensive group, and they just lose games. A large part of it due to their defense just can't keep up. And so it's I just wonder if they had a better defense group, what the Bengals would look like. So I'd imagine they make playoffs, no brainer. Their defense is a little bit better, but I'm a big fan of him and Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. It's just such a cool group. I've talked about this with my buddy, how we're Dolphins fans, but I'm ready to jump ship. I think at some point I'm early enough in my NFL fandom to be able to jump ship. I haven't ride or died with a team for too long. It's been 2 years with the Dolphins.
I don't know what the line for that is though. How long do you have?
How long do you have?
Because all the teams I cheered for, I was young. They were all winning. People could talk to me about, bandwagon jumper. They have not all had success since.
Yeah.
And I am closing in on 30 years of cheering for every single one of those teams.
Yeah.
I have never left. What is the line of when and where? How long have you been a Dolphins fan?
2 years.
2 years.
And
that's
pretty
tough
passively.
that they were good for a little bit of that, and then they're starting to trend a little downward, and you're like, I'm done.
No, well, it's
done.
It's just
jump on a new team.
I was watching it with my buddy, and
I know
it's fun. The turmoil there, to me, it's I don't love my foundation there. I think that they're in Miami, and when
What's that got to do with it?
When the playoffs get cold, the team shivers into a loss. And I would like a team that I think that I like more than just a couple players. Grow with a team that I think is not necessarily to me, if I were to jump on the Chiefs wagon or something like that, I think that's a little ridiculous. I'm not gonna go there, but I really like Joe Burrow and I really, really like Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
Yeah, but what happens 4 years from now when they go bad? Are you gonna jump ship?
I'm fine. Then I'm
Are
fine.
you jumping ship again?
I think I get a one-time jump ship.
I think if you have the one-time jump ship here, you got to be very careful with this.
Yeah, I know.
When Burrow and Chase and they leave,
then
one day that will happen.
Yep.
You're a Cincinnati Bengal fan. Understand that.
Yep. I'm ready to say that whatever team. And who knows? I might not jump ship. Who knows? But if I do,
but you said so now what's the window of being able to jump ship?
If the Dolphins suck and Tyreek leaves and
but what's the length of time you have to jump ship, or does everyone just get one?
Midway through the season, and I think I get one.
That's it.
Yeah.
But what about if you stick with them? You're stuck with the Dolphins for life.
Okay, maybe at the end of the season. End of the season.
What is that?
I'm not going Cowboys. I'm not going to that's the Leafs of the NFL. I'm not doing that. I want to pick a different team that has a fun. I like fun.
See, I think in the end, you just got to renounce your Dolphins fandom right now. You're not committed. You're not committed to the Miami Dolphins.
I've never been fully committed.
Exactly. I think you need to renounce them. And you need to go into this NFL season as a free agent.
I'm in my contract here.
I'm
letting it play out.
I would just get rid of the contract and go into the season as a free agent and not jump on a team until you truly are ready to jump on a team. And that may take 2 years. That may take 3 years. But don't be a fan of everyone. It's better to drop it right now.
There's so many cool guys I want to cheer for too.
Just cheer for players. Drop the team fandom. Get it off your books.
But then it's
get it off your tape. Get it off your bio.
I need a team to hate. I need
you can hate players.
I don't really hate anyone in the NFL It's like,
I think the quicker you could get the Dolphins off your resume, off your bio, the sooner people will forget that you're a Dolphins fan.
Well, yeah.
And then you wait until you find that one team that you're just like, you fall in love with at first sight, and you're like, this is my team for life. And until then, you just cheer for players.
You know, my dad's listening to this, and he's gonna try to steer me to the Packers next time I see him. I know it.
You want to?
He's tried to raise me into a Packers fan, and I'm not dodging it. I'm open to it. I just don't like what I have in Miami, and it's been early enough in my fandom where I feel like it's fine to leave.
And that's where I just think you just got to get it off your. But maybe go back to the Dolphins, but get it off your books. Wipe the slate clean. Otherwise, you're just diving more and more in the Dolphins, and then you just look like a bandwagon fan no matter what when you jump.
Is that the difference of the third year of being a fandom? Is that the make or break?
No, I think once you're a fan, you're a fan.
I'm in my contract.
I asked you a couple of weeks ago what team. It's like I'm the Dolphins, and all of a sudden you're not committed to the Dolphins. A couple of weeks later,
I've been like, I don't know. Like they're like, I want to like when I watch a football team, I want to have fun watching the team. I want the ups, I want the downs, but I also want a team that's like that I think can win eventually. And I think in Miami, you're screwed with that location. You're too used to the warm weather, and when it gets cold in playoff time. Tua from Hawaii.
Gotta host.
You can't do it.
Gotta host.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm. You can't call me a diehard fan for the Dolphins because I'm not.
I think Scalding Gord to a degree has this right. Let the team choice come organically. You'll find your way. And if you choose the Ravens, we'll know you're insane. Well, the Ravens are not insane. But I think like once you should find a team that you love that you know like this is my team for life. Even when things get bad, this is my team. This is who I'm sticking with.
I'm early in the dating stage with NFL teams.
I know this is why I think you need to be done and you need to ghost the Miami Dolphins to a degree because you're not committed to down years upcoming. You're already talking about the fact that things are going bad and you don't see them winning anytime soon, and you're not ready to commit with the down years of the Miami Dolphins.
I'm not. And
to be a true fan of a team, you need to be prepared to stick it through those down years. And that's why I feel like you need to renounce your Dolphins.
I'm seeing Miami casually.
He's Benny the intern. Intern no more after today. I'm at Iwanyk in for Hernan and Gage. When we come back, we'll get to a Benny Sports update. Then we'll show you the faces of the franchise for the Seattle Kraken, and we'll see if maybe Benny's if he's ready to commit to the Dolphins, or if he's
give him some time here,
or if he's going to be swiping right on a few other teams. That's here to come on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton Sports, presented by Play Alberta.
The Lock Shop.
This isn't good for Oiler fans. They're just going to lose their mind. Stuart Skinner's basically 23,000 to 1 to win the Vezina.
He's 230 to 1.
He's lower than Cam Talbot.
That's that actually is hilarious. I don't know why.
You have to scroll down quite a bit to get to him there. He's tied for the 33rd best odds.
There's 32 goalies that are starters.
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Summit Racing Equipment brings you the earth-shaking thrills of Monster Truck Throwdown at Edmonton's Radford Raceway. 3 massive shows, August 22nd through 24th, featuring 8 incredible trucks with high-flying thrills and jaw-dropping stunts, including Alberta's own crude behavior and roughneck, along with a return of Avenger and more. Experience the epic power of Monster Truck Throwdown, August 22nd to 24th at Radford Raceway. Don't miss this all-ages event with kid tickets starting at just $17. Get tickets and info at radraceway.com.
Win a trip to Osheaga with the banquet in Aperol. We're sending one lucky guest to Montreal with flights, hotel, and 2 tickets to one of Canada's hottest music festivals. Enter by July 26. Details in store or on the Banquet app. Get real. Play hard.
You know Dawn. Everyone knows Dawn. Dawn from
Frontier Cartage. That's right, it's me, Dawn from Frontier Cartage, where we're setting the standard for cartage service in Edmonton and beyond, offering city cartage, Alberta highway, short haul deck, and more. My team and I are bringing our years of industry experience and expertise to every mile.
Join Dawn and her boys in a new chapter in transportation excellence, dedicated to exceptional service. Call Dawn at Frontier Cartage, 587-222-5826.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean?
For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
It's the Elks and Argonauts clashing at Commonwealth Stadium tonight with Dustin Nielsen on the call. Royce Metchie is back from injury to strengthen the defense. Kickoff goes at 7, but catch the green and gold kickoff show with Matt Iwanyk and Jay Milne at 6, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. To the Diamond, the Blue Jays begin a 3-game series with the Rangers. Toronto holds first place in the AL East with Boston 5 games back. Chris Bassett gets the start for the Jays. Jacob deGrom for Texas. First pitch is at 5:07. On the ice, Travis Hamonic has signed a 1-year deal with the Red Wings. The veteran defenseman appeared in 59 games with the Senators last season, tallying 7 points. And at the Holinko Gretzky Cup, Canada and the USA are heading into overtime after the Americans led 3-1 in the third period. Myself and Matt Iwanyk on the EST Afternoons. I'm Ben Thompson. You're up to date.
We're back here on EST Afternoons. Matt Iwanyk, Benny the Intern, with you here on Edmonton Sports Talk, presented by Play Alberta. EST Sports, deposit 20, get a $50 free sports bet. Deposit 5. Oh, that was using EST Sports. YEG50, use that promo code. Deposit 5, get a $50 free sports bet. If you click on EST Specials right now, Jay and Matt's big play of the game is the Elks getting set to take on the Argos tonight. Elks to win by 3 or more. Elks to get 28 or more points as a team. Cody Fajardo, 275 plus passing yards. That's plus 237. Jay's play of the day is already up there. You got the grandest parlay, the silliest goose parlay, all of those up there as well. Coming up in about 15 minutes time, Jonathan Tannenwald from the Philadelphia Inquirer will stop by as we are going to preview the start of the Premier League season. Liverpool and Bournemouth underway right now, almost halftime. If you are recording that game and not wanting a spoiler, I'm going to spoil it. Well, I think they're starting the second half right away here in like 30 seconds, so I will give you time to turn down your thing. And Liverpool currently leads 1-0 and in the 49th minute. Let's get to our faces of the franchise. So we got to the Seattle Kraken. We went with Jordan Eberle, Jared McCann, Vince Dunn, and Matty Beniers. Let's do it. Okay, I'm going to pull this up on my YouTube so I can see a little bit better.
I see Jordan Eberle pretty damn well. I see Jared McCann well. But after that, hard time. So Matty Beniers is the one to the right of Eberle, which is the farthest on the left.
The second guy looks like Evan Bouchard a little bit. A
little bit, yeah. So it goes from left to right. It's Eberle, Beniers, Vince Dunn, and Jared McCann. Vince Dunn does not look like that.
Jordan Eberle looks more like Paulie Gazzola than Jordan Eberle.
Yeah, he actually does, yeah.
I'm glad that they used their faces. I'm glad that they didn't use any helmets or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's a rough one.
Yeah,
it wasn't the best one.
Like, I guess, I don't know, Vince Dunn is like a pretty typical name, so maybe there's another like popular Vince Dunn in history. But
they almost all look the same.
Yeah, I know. I know. When I saw him, like, is this just 4 different Jordan Eberle phases of his career?
Like number 2 and number 4 have the same hair.
Yep.
Almost.
But so does 1. Like it's kind of
his is a little bit
yeah.
Well, I guess we're getting it from a different angle on that one. The third one is just more pushed down.
Like it genuinely to me, like the third one from the left looks like Eberle as a rookie. And then the one to the right of him is Eberle 2 years in. And then the one second to the left is Eberle, like 6 or 8 years in, and now we have Eberle now on the farthest to the left there.
Yeah, Tube Socks. That's just for the same guy.
Yeah, it literally is.
Pretty much looks like the other guy just doesn't have scruff.
Yeah,
that's it. That was ChatGPT has done better,
much better.
Nice blue sky though, at least behind it. Yeah. It's not a rainy day or anything like that. There's your face of the franchise for the Seattle Kraken. Yeah, Tom Gazzola. They all look the same. They all do. Like Tommy, I see Paulie in that first, in the one on the left, the Jordan Eberle one. That looks like your brother, Paulie. More than it looks like Jordan Eberle to me. Well,
what
I'll say this. I'm glad that ChatGPT doesn't nail this because humans will do it better. Yeah. I don't want it to ever be too good.
Yeah.
It's good enough for what we're doing with the faces of the franchise, but yes. That one is okay. Well, face of the franchise, Seattle Kraken, Hernan and Gage, they'll get you that. They'll do this again on Monday as they keep taking some off the list as they lead up to, and we'll do the final one being the Edmonton Oilers. Which the discussions around that one.
Yeah.
Watch, that's going to be so simple. I think there's going to be tough ones, but they'll just do it. And I'm like, these are the four. And everyone's like, yeah, that's about right. And it's going to go on.
Well, my dad sent me his, and I disagree with one of them.
With one?
Yeah. So he had one there that I disagreed with.
The Leafs haven't been done.
No.
Leafs will be an interesting one.
Leafs would be an interesting one.
Have the Sens been done?
No. I don't think so.
Not? No, it hasn't.
That's a cool one to do because they haven't
be a fun one.
They haven't really had too many like franchise guys. Like I wonder if like Erik Karlsson.
I think he would.
Like you got like he was their guy.
There's a few interesting ones that could plop up on that one.
Obviously, you go like Alfredson and.
I'm just trying to see who they haven't done that might be still kind of cool. Dallas hasn't been done.
Yeah. I wonder if any current guys go there.
Florida would be an interesting one.
Oh, yeah. Because, I mean, like, they struggled to keep guys around for...
And that's this recent success. Is there anyone from the past they could throw in there?
To me, this recent success is just like I cannot see how the people older than me can argue for some older players of the Panthers to be on there. I'm willing to go to Roberto Luongo as far as a Florida Panther should be on their Mount Rushmore.
You've got...
This is the most dominant hockey team in a long time. I understand Tampa had a very similar run before this, but I take this Florida team over that Tampa team. And they're like if their four Mount Rushmore guys were all guys on this team, I'd have no problem with it. To me, it makes sense.
Calgary, Vancouver need to be done.
Yeah,
the Rangers need to be done. The Avs need to be done. I want to be part of an Avs one.
Yeah,
I always kind of liked the Avs growing up.
Yeah,
I was a big Joe Sakic fan.
Yeah,
Detroit will be a tough one.
Oh yeah.
I think Detroit would be very difficult to get done.
Yeah. I mean, like, because you have so many guys you got to go to there. So many. Like right away, how Datsuk, Zetterberg, Lidstrom,
Yzerman,
Fedorov, Yzerman, like, holy.
There's a lot of good debates coming up.
Yeah.
You're going to want to keep it locked to EST Afternoons. Well, you always want to keep it locked to them. But moving forward with this Faces the Franchise, it's a fun segment that they have going this summer. And they were like, I feel like looking at this, they might have almost done the easy stuff so far. They've been getting the easy ones.
Yeah.
There's some really good conversations to come. Dallas, as I said, would be a fun one too. Okay. Portions of this hour of EST Afternoons, they are brought to you by the Canadian Brew House. Summer teaming up at the Canadian Brew House with Corona's 1,000K summer send-off. Win one of $10,000 travel vouchers. Draws every 10 days until August 31st. 1st. Kick back on the patio with ice cold Corona, grab a souvenir bucket, and enter to win your dream trip. No purchase necessary. Details in store. That's a good point, Jasmine. I don't want to piss off Gager, though, because only one person brings it up on this show. It is an EST Afternoons without mentioning running. Good luck to Jay Mill and Hernan Salas on Sunday, and Reed Wilkins. Jay and Hernan running a half marathon. Jay and Hernan running half marathon. Reed running a 5K Sunday. Edmonton Marathon. Reminder, if you're planning on heading downtown at all on Sunday, careful with traffic. A lot of things will be closed, especially earlier, throughout the morning and the early afternoon, as bunch of races are taking place. But 3 of our boys here are going to go out there. I know it's a big one for Reed, as was a big runner, and he's had some health things that stopped him from being able to run. And now he's back to at least starting with a 5K. So good for him, and good for Jay and Hernan. And I will congratulate them on Monday. How much do you think we won't see Reed here, but how much do you think we'll hear about it on Monday from the boys?
It'll be quite, it'll fill up a lot of time on the airwaves. I feel like it's already been a huge topic throughout this whole week. Like, it just every day, writing descriptions and just laying out the show. I always have the Edmonton Marathon on Sunday. It's always gonna be a topic. If I was in their shoes, I'd be talking about it just as much as they are too. It's a big accomplishment they're getting to do. And yesterday on Reed's show, we had the 80-year-old runner, Ken Davison, who's running his 137th marathon on Sunday, which is ridiculous to think about. And it was so that was pretty cool to have him on yesterday and just pick his brain with everything, with marathon, just running in general at his age and how he's been able to continue to do it. Just insane stuff. So.
What I want from you and Trev moving forward is, though, I also want you guys to get back into NHL and come in and just always brag about your NHL games.
The new NHL, man. We'll see. I'll play at the start, and we'll see how I enjoy it. But
I think you guys need to just go start playing people around the world, and coming in the next day and start
bragging about it. Yeah,
just took down some boy in Boston, showed him.
Yeah,
made him uninstall his game.
I bet you, I'm still. There's a ranking that is based off of your skill rating. So if you beat a guy that's high ranked, you get a certain amount of points for it. Whatever. I'm pretty sure I'm still top 10, and I haven't played since November. So,
got to get back out there.
I do, man.
And I want you bragging about it too.
But I'll be so rusty.
And I want Trev to get into the top 100.
Yeah.
And then the two of you can be like, we're top 100 in the world.
Yeah.
What are you guys up to all of us? He's Benny. I'm Matt. This is EST Afternoons. Coming up, we're going to switch to football. The football overseas, as Premier League is underway. Dawson Nielsen. No, Benny's here next week. He's got he's in for, and he'll be filling in a little bit here and there. Premier League season underway. We're going to get the preview and the lowdown of the start of the season. Jonathan Tannenwald from the Philadelphia Inquirer. You could always text us, River Cree inbox, 780-218-9999. And we'll maybe jump back into the fandom conversation that we had at the end of last segment. I'm Matt Iwanyk in for Hernan and Gage. Here's Benny with a sports update.
It's the Elks and Argonauts clashing at Commonwealth Stadium tonight with Dustin Nielsen on the call. Royce Metchie is back from injury to strengthen the defense. Kickoff goes at 7. Catch the Green and Gold Kickoff Show with Matt Iwanyk and Jay Mill at 6, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. To the Diamond, the Blue Jays begin a 3-game series with the Rangers. Toronto holds first place in the AL East with Boston 5 games back. Chris Bassett gets a start for the Jays. Jacob deGrom for Texas. First pitch at 5:07. On the ice, Travis Hamonic has signed a 1-year deal with the Red Wings. The veteran defenseman appeared in 59 games with the Senators last season, tallying 7 points. And at the Hlinka Gretzky Cup, Canada falls to the USA in the shootout by a score of 4-3. More of EST Afternoons on the other side of the break. I'm Ben Thompson. You're up to date.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne.
Ken Davison in studio.
With the Dublin Marathon, they wanted you to run at the same time as we're running it in Dublin. So I usually run at the River's Edge in Fort Saskatchewan. That park doesn't open until 6 o'clock. I had to be there at 5. Says you get a ticket, you get a fine. So I went to the RCMP. Constable said to me, if you're crazy enough to be up there at 5 o'clock, we are certainly not going to be giving you a ticket.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne, weekday afternoon 3 to 6, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Okay, 2 kids, 2 backpacks, lunch bags. Wait, where are the school books? Back to school doesn't have to mean the everyday rush and stress of looking for your kids' items. Have more zen in your mornings. Find space for your family's needs with Sentinel Storage. Go back to school with 4 weeks free. Reserve your space today and find the peace of mind your morning needs. Visit sentinelstorage.ca. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Get ready for royalty with Elvis Presley and Elton John tributes at River Cree Resort and Casino. All Shook Up pays tribute to the 3 eras of Elvis in one magical show on August 17th. And catch Elton Ron, a tribute to Elton John, live on August 29th. Elton Ron will give you a taste of the Rocket Man in Canada. Get your tickets for both shows at rivercreeresort.com.
Everyone knows when you need a truck now, you call Dawn.
That's right. You call us, Frontier Cartage, when you need driver coverage or have a truck that's down.
You call Dawn from Frontier Cartage.
When you've got way more freight to move than you thought.
You call Dawn from Frontier Cartage.
When you need a truck that's available and ready to start anytime you need.
You call Dawn at Frontier Cartage, 587-222-5826. 587-222-5826.
It's EST Afternoons. Matt Iwanyk in for Hernan Salas here on EST Afternoons. As I said, on Edmonton Sports Talk, clear choice for Edmonton Sports, presented by Play Alberta. We're in the William Huff studio. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service, combined with decades of industry experience and a desire to make every job the very best it can be, is what they call the William Huff advantage. Visit their website, williamhuff.com. Give them a shout, 780-454-4536. Elks Argos later tonight, 7 o'clock. 6 o'clock will be the Green and Gold kickoff show right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Myself, Jay Milne, will get you set for that game. We'll also have the post-game show once the game concludes, as we'll break down all the action between the Elks and the Argos. NFL preseason does continue as well this weekend, but something that's happening right now and will be happening all weekend. It is the start of the Premier League season out in England. Liverpool taking on Bournemouth right now. To anyone that's spoilers, again, quickly can turn things down very quickly. 62nd minute, Liverpool up 2-0 on Bournemouth as Liverpool looks to reclaim the title that they won last year. Repeat as Premier League champs. To help us talk some Premier League soccer, Jonathan Tenenwald of the Philadelphia Inquirer joins us. And Jonathan, greatly appreciate the time. Thank you for joining us in the middle of a match that is undergoing. Let's start with that team that is playing right now, that's in the lead, that won last year in Liverpool. Quite a few changes. You know, the offense was a little bit retooled and changed around. For you, when you look at this Liverpool side, are they better than last year? Or where do you rate this Liverpool team?
Well, I mean, they're really good. They're really, really good. That's the easy part. Are they better than last year? I mean, when you add Florian Wirtz and Hugo Ekitike, you're probably better than last year. I think the big question they have is defensively, and nobody really knows the answer to that yet. They will be up there, obviously, going to be one of the top teams. The top four, I think many people think, are pretty locked in. It'd be Liverpool, it'd be City, it'd be Arsenal, it'd be Chelsea. For you, when you look beyond the rest of the 16 teams, who best challenges any of those four teams to claim a top four spot this season? You said Liverpool, Arsenal, City, Chelsea. Yes. I mean, I think Newcastle has to be on that list, but who knows what's going to happen with them, with Alexander Isak. So, that's a wild card.
Who can say anything about Manchester United and Tottenham at this point? Manchester United have the talent. We don't know if they have anything else yet to do it in terms of the intangibles. And Spurs have a new manager who seems to be doing some good things, but top four might be a little out of reach for them. So, I think Newcastle's the one with the best shot of the bunch.
This was going to be my next question, and you've led me right there. Tottenham, Manchester United, both those clubs, pretty down years. Interesting that Tottenham, that they go win and they win the Europa League, but they're right there at the bottom of that table alongside United, a position no one really was thinking that those two sides would be in. Who do you think is more likely for a bounce back season? And I'm not talking necessarily top four, but almost like who's going to have the better season between those two, or are either of those teams going to have better seasons?
I mean, I think it's got to be Manchester United because of all the additions that they've made. Might take a little while for them to come together, but at least to me, I think that's the pretty obvious answer.
Last year, Nottingham Forest, they were competing for that top four right till the end. I think for many that could have been a surprise team that no one was really expecting going into the season. Who might not necessarily fighting for a top four, but overall, who do you think might be the surprise team this year? The team that when you look on paper and go, they're going to be a team that's going to cause a lot of struggles for a lot of teams, and that's not an easy 3 points going up against them.
I think some of that depends on whether Crystal Palace are able to keep all the players that teams are currently chasing after. If they can keep them all, they're going to be really... I'm talking about Marquehi, Eberechi Eze in particular, because Eze is wanted by Tottenham and he was wanted by Arsenal. If they can keep them all, they're going to be really hard to beat. I think Everton with Jack Grealish are a wild card, and then it just comes down to whether any of the promoted teams can stay up.
Jonathan Tannenwald of the Philadelphia Inquirer with us here. There's still a little bit of time left in this transfer window. But when you look back on what has been done, it's a two-parted question here. What do you think so far has been the best move by any of the clubs in the Premier League? And is there a move that right now you've seen that makes you scratch your head and going, I'm not so sure about that one?
I don't think there's a move that has happened that has made me scratch my head. And I phrase that very intentionally because you probably know where I'm going with it. Alexander Isak not moving is an odd one. And until that's settled, I think that's the headline oddity to me, if that makes sense.
And is there a move that you think is a home run? Which one's the best move you think is from the summer?
I mean, Liverpool just gets better, right? The best get better. Florian Wirtz and Hugo Ekitike cost them a lot of money, but they're going to win them games. I don't think there's any doubt about that. I think Victor Gyökeres will do well for Arsenal. I think Benjamin Šeško will do well for Manchester United, though in what amount of time, if he's not quite a finished product yet. But it's awfully hard to look past Wirtz and Ekitike going to Liverpool.
And final one for you, Jonathan. Really appreciate the time here. Liverpool or the Fields? Who are you taking for this year?
Boy, I've got to take Liverpool right now, but that doesn't mean I'm going to be right.
No, hey, that's why they play all these matches. Well, Jonathan, appreciate the time. Thanks for the lowdown on the Premier League, and enjoy the match day one throughout the weekend.
Hey, it's my pleasure, man. Thanks.
Jonathan Tannenwald of the Philadelphia Inquirer there with us here. My United gets going on Sunday, taking on Arsenal. I'm recording that game because I'm coming back from Saskatoon. I don't know if I'll have time to watch it on Sunday at any point when I get back. And there's no way I'm going to be able to go spoiler-free until Monday night. Find that one very tough to do. How are you when it comes to recording PDR?
Yeah, it was funny. I've always I've never lived in a time where I've had to record games and go back. I guess I could have done that. I was working.
You haven't lived a time.
I'm saying we're I never felt like I had the time to go watch back games. Like the only time I've like that would make sense for me to do was last year when I was working at the cabinet factory. But before that, I was watching pretty much every game.
I see.
But I have my dad. So growing up playing, my dad was my coach pretty much every year, and he would, whenever we'd miss Oilers games for practice or games or whatever, he would always record them, and he was so superstitious and so just like he would lose it when another dad or coach or something just mentions like, oh, this happened in the game. And he would just like, he was like, yeah, it was like my number one rule growing up, like, don't tell dad what's going on in the game right now. Like, just like, it was hilarious. He'd lose his mind when, he got spoiled. So it's funny. I can't do that. Like I'm on my phone too much to have stuff recorded and not see spoilers and stuff, what's going on.
Yeah, you have to. My phone, it's just text. That's it.
Yeah,
it's a tough one going. Well, and then it's hard going out in public because you might have. And it depends. Like for me, Manchester United. If I'm walking around town, I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah,
I have to worry about myself. That's it.
Yeah.
If I accidentally open up Twitter or Reddit, or my ESPN app, it might show up, and then it's like, there's the spoiler. And once I know, it's just like, well,
yeah.
I really need to watch this game. And I'm one that once I know, it's like, well, it kind of takes away the viewing. Anticipate what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you go out, you got to tell people then.
Yeah.
I feel like if like, was it your team coaches or was it the other team? And
you're like my team coaches.
Yeah. I think you have to go and be like, hey boys, send the text or I'm recording this game.
Yeah.
Don't mention anything to me. Don't mention it nearby.
Yeah. And it was so funny. It was so funny when stuff like that happened. There was a very brief time where so when I was working at the cabinet factory at nights, like during the year this year, like I would listen to the live broadcast. I listened to Cam Moon and Bob while the game was on. And so when I listened to it on TuneIn, it was like 30 seconds behind what the TV show. So like, I got spoiled quite a bit with my group chats going off about goals and stuff. And I'm like, that's the only time really for me, like I've had stuff spoiled. But then I would just mute the group chat for the next 3 hours and then come back to it later or whatever. But yeah, I don't like it's tough. I also have a hard time processing like when a game you record it and you're trying to watch it and act like it's in real time.
It's not this. You just because you know the answer, or you know they had the answer.
You know what's happened already. This isn't live. This isn't like.
And I could just hit fast forward and it's done. I could just get to the end.
Yeah.
Or I could open up my phone and I could learn the result like that. Yeah. There's a part that's like I just want to know.
Yeah.
I just want to know, and it's I when it's live I can't do anything.
Yeah.
It
is nice. It is nice though to be able to skip commercials and skip intermissions. Like you can just go straight gameplay the whole time. That isn't.
I also don't like waiting. That's the other part to it too. It's on right now. I want to watch this game. Why am I waiting to watch this game?
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
Like my buddy Lucas, like he is like Rider games or something. He'll watch it later, but he has to put his kids down to bed.
Yeah.
So that makes you're busy. You're doing things. Yeah. So then, but I don't have kids. So it's like, I could just watch the game right now. And it's the only thing I could record is like F1.
Yeah.
Because it happens at like 6 a.m.
Yeah.
So I'll wake up on a Sunday, go make a coffee, sit down, and just as long as I didn't leave my TV on TSN, I just press play. I just don't touch my phone. I guess I could do that a little more with soccer.
Yeah.
I just never had the services to record it. But Sunday, I got to make the drive home.
Yep.
I'm going to probably be on my phone.
You got to avoid it.
It's also like I have a fear that they're going to get destroyed and lose that one. And it's like, well, I waited all this. I waited extra time for this game. And
just
to be pissed off, just to be angry.
When you could have just had it spoiled for you earlier and saved you all that time.
I could just wake up, look at the score, and be like, I don't need to piss myself off. I'm mad.
I remember like having that debate with myself. My dad doesn't know the score of the game. He's going to go watch it. And I'm sitting there going like, I know the Oilers are getting killed right now.
Do I tell him not to waste his time?
Do I just tell him not to waste his time? I'm like, no, he'd still get mad at me if I told him.
Well, it's a delicate balance too if somebody's recording because like you can't even be like, hey, did you watch? Are you done the game? Because then you're like, well, something happened.
Yeah,
Why are you texting me right now?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, okay, well, is it good or bad? Yeah. Okay, something happens. Like, it still ruins it. Like, you got to know that, like, hey, this person's recording. Like, I'm out. Unless your dad comes and he'd be like, yeah, just tell me not to waste my time in those moments.
Yeah,
you just got to let him learn.
Let him learn.
Learn it himself.
The lows. Watching it. You need to experience the lows,
which you don't want to do with the Miami Dolphins.
Highs. I don't.
Which is why you're not a Dolphins fan.
Yeah, is this where I rip up the papers to my contract with Miami?
You just said it. You got to experience the lows to enjoy the highs. And a couple of segments ago, you said you don't want to do the lows of the Miami Dolphins.
I think Lars said it in the nasty chat. I'm scared to commit with Miami. I'm scared to. Like, it's just like, I could. Like, I saw betting the Jets. If I wanted to like be.
Don't do yourself that to yourself.
If I wanted to torture myself, I can go to the Jets.
What do we? I already know Clausen. I already know Mark Michaud is Jets fans. It pains me to see them.
Is there a person is there someone like? Is there a team you don't know a fan of?
Okay, I got in the NFL.
Yeah.
Let me see if I know which teams I don't know.
I listened to who Dusty and LT had on the morning show yesterday. Dukes, I forget his first name.
Yeah,
Chris Dukes or something like that. And they're talking about how like everyone knows a Falcons fan. Yeah, we're like I was like,
so I think Dave Campbell of Chet is a Patriots fan. I know Jets fans. I know Dolphins fans. I know Bills fans. Promotions guy I worked with is a Steeler. I'm a Raven.
Yep.
Yukon Jacks Browns.
Oh.
I think Trev was a Bengals guy.
Was he?
I think he is.
Oh God, am I joining him?
Jags is Rip City and Dustin with a Y. Jasmine's Colts. Combine is Texans.
Jasmine is Colts?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if I know a Titans fan. Connor Halley's a Charger. Bronco Nick's a Bronco.
Yeah.
Raider Jesse's a Raider.
Yeah.
Haas is a Chiefs. Strutty's a Giant. Low Tide's an Eagle. Pierre LeBrun is a Cowboys fan, but you can find Cowboys fans.
Yeah, anyway.
Jay's a Commander fan.
Yeah.
I know Vikings fans. I know Lions fans.
Big Uke, Lions fan.
I don't know if I know anyone that's Lucas is a Bears fan. I know Packers fans. I don't know Bucks fans. I know a Saints fan. I don't know a Panthers fan. I know a Falcons fan. I know Rams. I know Cards. That's Tommy. Seahawks are all over the place. I know them. And my dad and Hernan are 49ers. I don't know Carolina Panthers. I don't know Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I don't know, what was the Titans.
Those are like...
I think those are the three teams that I don't know off the top of my head of someone even in my severe... that I could be like, that one. Rip Van Winkle is a Panthers fan.
Says. There you go. Now
were you not wearing a Panthers something at the Nasty Bash then? Okay, so that's I'm down to 2 then. Titans and Bucks.
Yeah, I don't want to be a fan of the Titans. And
Titans. I know what Titans.
And Bucks. I like Baker. I like Baker quite a bit, and Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. But I don't know, like they also don't excite me.
Yeah, okay, Rip Van Winkle was wearing his Panthers. Okay,
that's
yeah,
right.
so
right.
And now this is going to bother me if I can just try to think of a Bucks or a Panthers fan in my life. Or not Panthers, Titans. And like, obviously us on, like we get to know the Nasty, so there's an extension of who we know. Bucks and Titans. No, there's just nothing coming to mind. Yeah, like no one's even jumping in the Nasty chat. Like, yeah, it's me like we did with Rip Van Winkle for the Panthers. So I'm down to 2, so I know 30.
Yeah.
Are you trying to you're just kind of like that team that no one's cheering for?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Don't do it that way. Find that team. I stand by what I said earlier. Go into the season as an unsigned free agent. You've left the Dolphins, but you're still open to a return.
Yep.
And wait until there's that moment you're like, this is my team.
That's my team.
There was actually, I remember this probably like 15, maybe almost 20 years ago. I think SI wrote about it. Somebody actually emailed all 32 NFL teams saying, I'm a free agent fan. Why should I cheer for your team? And there's like a few responded to him.
Yeah.
Some didn't say anything. Maybe go write a letter. And send it to all 32 clubs.
I think I've seen like a TikTok version of that now. I think someone's done that on TikTok. Like, I bet you some teams would send you like some goodies to win you over.
Maybe
I should use my fandom as a leverage to
go say win me.
Yeah, pay
win
me.
My love.
How about that?
You're a free agent. Go through a courting period and be like, who wants this? Who wants this?
Throw me some stickers and a pencil.
Maybe somebody gives you something more.
What team do you think would be desperate enough to bring me as on as a fan? Who needs them?
Titans, maybe. I don't think the Bucks. I think more Titans. Maybe you'll get a bunch of stuff from the Titans. Hey, there's a connection to, they used to be the Houston Oilers.
Yeah.
Warren Moon.
I could do
There's
that.
a few connections to the city of Edmonton.
Could do that.
We got to wrap up the EST Afternoons in the next segment. He's Benny. He's going to have a sports update right away. I'm Matt Iwanyk, in for Hernan, Salas, and Joaquin Gage here on EST Afternoons in the William Huff studio. Coming up from 3 to 6, it is the Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne, the last day of Reed on EST for 2 weeks, as he is off to work. No, he's actually not working the Fringe this year, but he's going to be off for a couple weeks. So today will be the last day of Reed for a little bit here on the station. So you're going to want to tune in for that, because then you're going to be missing Reed Wilkins for the next couple of weeks. Here's Benny with a sports update.
It's the Elks and Argonauts going head-to-head at Commonwealth Stadium tonight with Dustin Nielsen on the call. Royce Metchie returns from injury to give the defense a boost. Kickoff is at 7, but tune in early for the Green and Gold Kickoff Show with Matt Iwanyk and Jay Milne at 6 o'clock only on Edmonton Sports Talk. To the Diamond, the Blue Jays open a 3-game showdown with the Rangers. Toronto sits atop of the AL East with Boston 5 games back. Chris Bassett takes the ball for the Jays, while Jacob deGrom for Texas' first pitch is at 5:07. On the ice, Travis Hamonic has inked a 1-year deal with the Red Wings. The veteran Blue Liners suited up for 59 games with Ottawa last season, picking up 7 points. And at the Hlinka Gretzky Cup, Canada and USA battled to a shootout, with the Americans taking it at a score of 4-3. Myself and Matt Iwanyk wrap up the show on EST Afternoons. I'm Ben Thompson, and you're up to date.
Avocado and feta dip, passion fruit cheesecake, and cocktails that taste like summer in a glass. Try the new feature menu at The Banquet. Refreshing, craveable, and made for sunny days. The Banquet. Get real. Play hard.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
Summer in Edmonton means 3 things: warm weather, long nights, and plenty of sports. From the lake to the links, you can boost your summer fun with hundreds of casino games, live betting on your favorite sports teams, and access to popular lotteries. All in one app, anywhere in the province. Download the Play Alberta app today and deposit $20 or more with promo code YEG50 to claim a $50 free bet. That's promo code YEG50 for a $50 free bet on us. Redeemable once per Play Alberta account. Remember, if you gamble, please use your game sense.
Get ready for royalty with Elvis Presley and Elton John tributes at River Cree Resort and Casino. All Shook Up pays tribute to the 3 eras of Elvis in one magical show on August 17th. And catch Elton Ron, a tribute to Elton John, live on August 29th. Elton Ron will give you a taste of the Rocket Man in Canada. Get your tickets for both shows at rivercreeresort.com.
Final segment of EST Afternoons for the week. Matt Iwanyk in for Hernan and Gage alongside Benny, who's in his final day of practicum here at Edmonton Sports Talk. You can text us 780-218-9999. That is the River Cree inbox, brought to you by River Cree Resort and Casino. Happy hour, 525 drinks available Sunday to Thursday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Check them out, River Cree Resort and Casino. Elks, Argo, 7 o'clock. Green and Gold Kickoff Show, 6 o'clock. Myself and Jay Milne will have you covered with that one in a little bit. Well, in a little bit is being 6 o'clock, but first will be the Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne. Edmonton Sports Talk, proudly presented by Play Alberta. EST Sports, deposit 20, get a $50 free sports bet. YG50, deposit 5 and get a $50 free sports bet. That's for the month of August. Lock Shop Partner Parlay still up. Dusty built this one, I believe, a couple days ago. Elks to win, Riders covering minus 2.5, Lions minus 2.5, boosted to plus 392. Jay and Matt's big play of the game for today. Elks to win by 3 or more. Elks 28 plus team points. Cody Fajardo 275 plus. That is plus 237. I will leave Jay's play of the day for him to talk about on the Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne, but you can get an early peek at it up at Play Alberta right now if you just click on EST Specials. The one thing I will say, if the Elks are winning this one, I really like that bet.
Yeah.
I am still skeptical. I'm still jaded. I don't know if jaded's the right word. What's the word?
Scarred?
Yeah, I'm still scarred from the years, a number of years of this football team, that it's one of those, talked about at the start of the show, whenever this team feels like, hey, they're ready to turn that corner, start going, they step back many, many ways. And I'm fearful of that tonight. I'm fearful that the Argos are a team that maybe after their coach calls them out, they bounce back. They did that already once this season. They're a team that can score points, but both these defenses give up points. So I know the Elks defense has been much better the last couple of weeks, but the Argos are they were up 22-1 on the Ottawa Redblacks last week. They blew it. But Nick Arbuckle, I have not been a Nick Arbuckle fan in his CFL career. But when you look at what he's done for Toronto this year, I'm just going to go to the last few weeks.
Because that offense has been buzzing.
Last week, 317 yards, 3 touchdowns, and interception. Against Winnipeg, 327 yards, 2 touchdowns, and interception. Against Winnipeg, 316 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Against Montreal, this was a low one from 242, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Against Hamilton, 339 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. The guy's been slinging it.
He has been.
The guy is averaging over 300 yards of passing and basically he's at 2 touchdowns per game mixed and with an interception.
So for the Elks, the defense has looked better over the past couple of weeks. This is a good test for them with the QB that's running hot right now.
Well, and this comes back to something I said for last week where the Elks was, you need to go get an interception. Edmonton's going to throw an interception. Based on what we're seeing right now, Nick Arbuckle is going to move the ball and he's going to throw some touchdowns.
Yeah.
But he's also going to throw an interception. There's only one game this year. They beat Winnipeg. He didn't throw an interception. Beyond that, he has thrown at least one interception in every single game. You've got to go get an interception tonight, and then you got to make them pay for that.
So DBs, be ready.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right on that. This is a game where if we're talking post-game that the Edmonton Elks did not get a turnover, they've blown it. I'll tell you that right now.
There you go.
Nick Arbuckle's going to give you the football at some point. As a defensive back, make sure you take it. And then as a team overall, whether it's the defense like last week with Terrell Ford returning it all the way to the house, whether it's the offense coming on the field, you got to make them pay for that turnover.
How about Royce Metchie getting a pick tonight? How about that?
Sure. I know people are saying it's good to have him back, and it is good to have him back, but he hasn't been that impressive so far this season.
Yeah.
Gets his former team. Go make it. Well, that whole defensive line. Thank you for pointing that one out. Defensive line: Jake Serezna, Robbie Smith, Jared Brinkman. You're going up against your former club too. To one degree, the Elks won you over to come here. Mm-hmm. To another degree, the other team didn't try to keep you. No. They didn't pay that extra. So you should be kind of like, yeah, I'm going to go show you guys you should have kept me. But Nick Arbuckle, he's going to put up yards. He's going to put up some points. You got to get that turnover. And as an offense for the Edmonton Elks, you got to be the offense against Hamilton and Saskatchewan, not necessarily the offense that we saw last week. It's going to be a fascinating football game. I've got my worries. I hope I'm wrong with that. I think then I could breathe with this team if they get the win, you know? Like going into next week, just feeling good about Ottawa. I'm like, yeah, this team's got it.
Yep.
But I'm still just going to be a little gun shy when it comes to the Edmonton Elks.
Yeah, that's it's fair. I mean, you want them to show that they're a different team than what they were in past years. And I mean, even at some points this year, they've just found ways to lose. It feels like at times they had that big moment that ends up being the one that loses them the game. And it looked like they turned a page against Montreal last Friday, but again, with history, you could see a loss for them tonight. I'm with you. I hope they prove some doubters wrong tonight. They take down
which would be one being.
Yeah.
One being.
Yeah. and I mean, both teams are in similar situations here. They're desperate. They need wins.
Well, Ottawa, Toronto's trying to keep in touch with them for that third spot in the East.
Yep.
BC, like right now, and then they're trying to hold on to that playoff spot too. Right now, BC holds the crossover at 8 points. They get Montreal on Saturday. It looks like BC should go win that game with what we've seen out of Montreal, where they're trending.
What their QB situation is.
Absolutely. The injuries, and then you got the BC Lions at home, so they have to travel. You're expecting BC to win. If BC pulls off that victory, they move to 10 points. They're with Winnipeg. But Ottawa would be 4 points back. Toronto with a win today, you'd stay 4 points back, or you'd go to 4 points back. But if you lose, also now you're 6 points back. It's not just Ottawa you're having to catch. You're having to catch BC right now. And for the Edmonton Elks perspective, you're trying to stay ahead of Ottawa and Toronto, which a win today puts you tied with Ottawa, where a chance next week to be ahead of Ottawa. You stay ahead of Toronto. Right there, you've got the crossover figured out.
Yep.
The eastern part of this. You're ahead of them. Now you're just, okay, can we catch BC? And again, if you win today and BC wins on Saturday, let's hypothetically go to that part of this. You're 4 points back. You got a game in hand. You win that game in hand. You're only 2 points back.
Yep.
With another meeting to go, where if you go win that meeting, now you're tied. Now you've got to go find one more win ahead of BC. Like, the path is there. Now, however, if you lose and BC wins, now all of a sudden you're 6 points back of BC. They've got the season series. Winnipeg, you're 6 points back. They've got the season series currently. And you drop 2 points back of Ottawa, Toronto. So it's a game back. However, you have to, there's no tiebreaker. No. The East always wins the tiebreaker. Just that's how crossovers work. So now you're 2 points, 2 games back of that one. Now, the path is still kind of there, but if you can't beat Toronto, you can't, who are you going to go beat? So, very big night for both of these teams for playoff implications. Tailgate, that gets going. Trev will be there. Troy's going to be there.
Oh, nice.
I think Troy's helping him out.
Nice.
What is it? Turf District is going to be there tonight. They've got pulled pork.
Oh.
Is that what I saw from them?
I need to get back there.
Yes, you do, because I don't get it. You need to go and join us.
Yeah, I know. I would be there tonight, but I'm at my friend's lake tonight.
Memphis barbecue spaghetti. My mistake.
Ooh. Oh boy.
So it's spaghetti with mix of tomato sauce, homemade barbecue sauce, and some pulled pork.
No.
Yeah. Sluice juice is available at Spirit of Edmonton. There's a lot going on. I think Elks Herd isn't going to be there at the game for this one. Other friends of EST, but there's a lot to do. And I just remind, if you're ever going to those tailgates and they welcome you and offer you food and you take some. Someone's like, I think Turf has it. They have a little thing there for you to give a donation. This all comes out of their pocket.
Yeah.
And it's not cheap. So a couple bucks here and there is always helpful. And I know Spirit has a box for that as well. Benny, your favorite part of your practicum?
Man, I'll say the Nasty Bash.
Okay.
Something like that, where I was around everyone and, got to meet more of the Nasties, some that I hadn't met already. That's got to be up there. I'll give you I got to think of an on-air moment. That was my favorite. Honestly, the first hour of the Reed Wilkins show yesterday was hilarious. That was funny. And that's up there in some of my favorites I've produced in my short time being here. I don't know. There's not a whole lot of bad moments. I can tell you that, if any. So I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed my practicum here, and I've had a blast. It's
been an excellent practicum.
Thank you.
We have you next week filling in for Trev. But it's been wonderful. It's been great working with you. I've missed you on the Hangout. But it's good. You've been doing great stuff here.
I was listening to the Hangout last night, just briefly, and I heard you guys video game talk. I'm like, it could have chimed in right there. I'm like, actually, yeah.
On behalf of Benny, I'm Matt. Thanks for tuning into the EST Afternoons. We were filling in for Hernan and Gage today, and he's filling in for Zach. My apologies to Zach. I haven't mentioned Zach at all today in terms of filling in. He's going to be back on Tuesday. Brendan Eric's going to be in on the afternoons on Monday, but we've been missing Zach around here as well. I'd like to thank our guests, Mike Sando of The Athletic, as well as Jonathan Tannewald of the Philadelphia Inquirer. Thank you to all the Nasties for tuning into the EST Afternoons. Up next, it is the Reed Wilkins Show. Reed Wilkins, J Mill, Benny, the intern with you, and then Jay and I are back at 6 o'clock. Reading Goal Kickoff Show will get you set for Elks and Argos. Once again, thanks for tuning in here on Edmonton Sports Talk, a clear choice for Edmonton Sports, presented by Play Alberta. Reed Welkin Show with J Mill in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.